And
hello and welcome to Gypsy Kiss. It's Wednesday. That means it's Humpday Hoedown. And I'm Shelley Carney, the magical treasure princess and life coach to the rich and famous.
And I'm Toby Younis, official administrative assistant to the Magical Treasure Princess and life coach to my daughter. My daughter's in K-Pro, I guess. My daughter's in K-Pro. Let's see. So we've got some emails to read. We've got some text messages. We've got some room to say hello to. We've got, I think, one voicemail. And then we'll do prize giveaways. And then we'll open the phone lines, and you guys can call in and complain of whatever the complaint is. No. Good news is my Verizon auto payment was just made.
Ah, and we're live.
So we can use the phone.
Good, because we're live.
You know what? I don't know why I moved it over.
Okay, are you ready to switch into the intro? Because
yeah, I'm going to. Yeah. Ready? Here we go. Intro. What did you want?
Humpday Hoedown.
Okay, sorry.
Guess what day it is?
Humpday. Indeed, Humpday.
Humpday.
Humpday. You know, I haven't worn that fluorescent orange undershirt in a long time. I think it's due. Why are you way on the screen? And I'm going to turn the camera just a little bit right there. Sit up straight. Let me see.
I am.
Okay, you look good. So how's your week? How's your week been?
Super.
Yeah, it was
kind
super.
of.
Yeah. One bad night.
It has its ups and downs.
It has its ups and downs, yeah.
It's only Wednesday.
Well, we've been doing okay
Looking
this
for
week.
more ups tomorrow.
Let me see. What's that one for?
More ups.
More ups tomorrow.
Housekeeping, you want towels?
You know what? You do want towels. Make sure that before you leave tonight, like this video. YouTube likes it when you like our video. The MTP likes it when you like our video. Share it with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, the entirety of your social networks so that we can
grow the channel.
And last but not least, if you're not already a subscriber, this would be the ideal time to subscribe. And when you see that notifications bell pop up. Oh, wait, that was my fault. It would be the ideal time to subscribe. Make sure you click on that subscribe button. And then when you see the notifications bell ring that baby doll notifications bell. And that way, when we launch a live stream, you will be informed and
in the know.
Yay us. Yay us. So where do we want to start? Let's start with emails, I think. What do you think?
Yeah, sure. Sounds good.
K-Pro says Toby just got the look.
There aren't that many anyway.
Emails?
No,
we don't. But while you do that, I am going to do a screenshot. Go ahead. No. That's what I want you just to kind of talk about that.
All righty, here is
You don't have to read it.
Flyer for the upcoming Fenbury celebrating 10 years of the thrill. Fenbury 2020. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th at Hyde Memorial State Park in Santa Fe. And we got cha-chingers. We got a couple of cha-chingers.
Wow.
Jeff Anschultz, 3D Bronze. Don't forget Super Chat. As 3D Bronze and Jeff Anschultz have demonstrated, it's easy to do. Click on the grayed out $ at the bottom of the chat. YouTube will help you from there. If you would rather just give us money directly, our PayPal will be in the scroll. You can look for it there or in the description box below. If you just want to get us a message, make sure you text us at the phone number.
Well, none of which is on the screen.
Yeah, we
now.
lost all that.
Okay, we'll get it back.
Somebody got anxious about
I know.
moving ahead. So didn't want to procrastinate.
No procrastination. I learned that lesson today.
So greetings, fellow searchers. Am I supposed to read this?
You don't have to read it. Just let everyone know. Here's what I want you to know. I have set up, so we are getting daily information and updates regarding Fenbury from Jamie Jordan, who's responsible for organizing it this year. So what I did is I posted it on a single page on our site now. The other all the other bloggers, vloggers, YouTubers, etc., are doing the same thing. She shared that information with all of us, and everybody's approaching it in a different way. What I did is I will maintain a page on our site that gets all the updates as they come along. The first of those is already up, and you'll find it at bit.ly/Fenbury2020. And the use of capitals is important. So there are a couple of things up there. One is the New Mexico State Hyde Park page. Has information there. You can make reservations if that's in your plan. And if you wanted to reach Jamie to make a reservation, you can reach her at fenbury@yahoo.com. And then I've got
FENNBOREE. So 2 N's and 2 E's at the end.
Roger that. And then I also put up some photos from Fenbury 2019. They happen to be on the Gypsy Kiss Facebook page, but you can see them there. It's kind of a fun time. Where's the old guy himself? There he is right there. There he is. I thought we had a picture of you and him in there. Wasn't he giving you a picture someplace?
Sure.
Where was that?
There we are with the handsome Fenn.
Sarah, the handsome Fenn.
Grandson Shiloh.
Shiloh. Where the heck is he? Kind of sworn we had one in there someplace. Well, he's in there someplace giving Shelley a hug.
Well, there's that one.
Which one? Okay. Well, there was one better.
And
there
that
it is.
one.
That one.
And that one.
And that one. And that one. So this is him doing blocking me out from Shelley right there. See how he's got the elbow in there like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
That lasted all day.
Yeah. Okay.
Or 5 minutes.
So we got the Fenbury thing
first.
going there. bit.ly/Fenbury2020. So, and we'll keep it updated as Jamie feeds us new information. We'll update it there and let you know,
So
okay?
apparently Zapster's in a loud bar, but wanted to say hello. Hello.
Oh, good.
Hey, Zapster.
Zapster.
Can't hear us, but we'll wave.
And let me see, I had one more comment to make about that. Oh, the link is in the description box below. Actually, I guess I should post it here in the...
Hooli says, no sleepers tonight.
Uh-oh. Oh, yeah. We had a... Bless her heart. Who was that? We had a... Oh, I should...
think it
that wasn't...
It was somebody.
Let's see. FENNBOREE
We bored somebody to sleep.
2020. Okay. There it is in the chat room for you. That's the link. That's where we'll keep it updated. Okay?
All right.
All right. Go for it.
Be there.
Be there
All
or
right.
be square.
This is from Mike Hempfling.
Yeah.
Am I reading both of them? Oh, from Crave Creative, the guy who created the Forrest Fenn Treasure Resource Guide app.
Oh, I put it on my... I don't have my personal phone.
Well, that's okay. You got
It's on my
picture of
personal
it
phone
there.
up there.
He says, I just watched your Forrest Fenn Friday Fandango show from last Friday, the 17th. Thank you very much for mentioning my app on your show. I will update my app soon and change the AGK link to your YouTube channel as you requested on the show. Are there any other clues that Fenn has given that you think I should add to my app? I am always interested in getting feedback on the app from you and the search community to help make it better and more useful.
So if you have purchased the app and you can reach out to Mike and let him know what changes you want. I'm making a list of additional clues. And what I mean by clues is they're the things, I think when he refers to them and what he's listed are the things that we know that Fenn has said about the treasure hunt. Things like there are 9 clues in the poem. We know he said that it's above 5,000 feet and 10,200. So if you see the app and you think there's anything that Mike has missed, please feel free to mail it to him so he can enhance the app. I asked him if he was interested. I have an app that I want to develop for the World Sand Project. So I've asked him if he'd be interested in sharing that with us. So.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
So, yeah. And maybe Mike would like to do something with Fenbury on the app and say something about Fenbury or
that's a good idea.
donate a prize to Fenbury or something. I don't know. It's not even a well-formed idea yet.
Right.
Software question from Daily Agenda.
Daily's in the room.
Hello, Toby and Shelley. I'm new to your channel and broadcasts and have been enjoying the videos and live streams. I know that you have done videos in the past about your broadcast setup, and my question for you is, using OBS, can you record video without streaming live? Yes, I do it all the time. Also, where did you acquire the background template for your green screen images? Thank you so much. I look forward to watching your live streams and being a part of the chat.
We get our we get our background templates from videohive.net. It's part of the Envato chain. And all you have to do is look up video backgrounds. And you're looking for a video background loop. That's what you're looking for because that's what they are. They're video background loops. You should be able to find them on there. There's also imagery you can find to do it, but the video background loops give you the motion, the sense of motion in the back, like I don't know whether you notice it, but it looks like these things. That's a loop. It loops every 12 seconds.
Also, if you're interested in live streaming and multi-streaming to different channels and platforms, we use Restream.io, and we stream simultaneously to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And do you do Periscope?
And Periscope, yeah.
And Periscope, too.
And then Periscope posts it. Periscope is
Twitter.
Actually a subsidiary of
Twitter.
So it posts it to Twitter once the stream is complete. So
yeah, easy.
Oh, look,
and I pull off the audio from my shows and put it up on Anchor FM and create a podcast out of it too. So a way to leverage your content really quickly and easily.
And that distributes it. It distributes your.
And it distributes it to like
how many platforms?
6 or 8. I think 8.
Including iTunes.
Including iTunes, yeah, and Apple and Google, and it goes everywhere. So, yeah.
Just want to say hi to Joey Perro, our friend. He's in our Facebook room.
Yeah.
And he's the gentleman who travels with the traveling Broadway show of...
The Roadshow.
The traveling roadshow of Jesus Christ Superstar. There's Daly says, thank you. You're welcome, Daly.
This is called Chest Ownership ? James Millett. Kiwis Road. Oh, it's Kiwis Road. Sorry. The other night said something about...
Oh, he's referring to something that Kiwis Road said. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Ew.
Oh, okay. Kiwis Road the other night said something about mislaid property. I was doing some research, as we love to do, and found this statement. According to the National Park Service, items left on park property will be considered abandoned property and will not be the responsibility of the National Park Service. I would say keep it simple. Forrest could have mislaid the property on National Park land, and therefore the park could consider it as abandoned. Semantics. You do not have to turn in said property because you know the owner. No taxes, no ownership hassles. Keep it simple. It's up to you what you do. But I sat well over 30 days on this. Love in the now.
So, I am of the opinion that Forrest placed the treasure in a location that would be the least cumbersome for the finder to own it. Therefore, I do not believe it is on national park properties.
But you're welcome to believe whatever you like.
But you're welcome to believe whatever you want. That's right.
This is entitled Fenn Preston Interview. William Hada. Hello, Toby and Shelley. In Cal Lazars, Fenn Preston live interview. I don't know where I got the word live. It just popped out of my head. In Cal Lazar's Fenn Preston interview, he was asked if the finder actually owned the chest and everything inside it. He was a little guarded in his answer, but I read it as you only own the gold inside and not the chest and other non-gold items and artifacts. What? I am pretty sure you and most others thought the finder owned the chest and everything inside it. So your strategy of keeping the treasure whole and unsealed for auction is not feasible because he wants a good portion of it back. My personal opinion of Fenn's true character has gone from low to even lower now. Remember, he said it doesn't matter who you are, only what they think you are. He has done a pretty good job of fooling most people so far, but this shows me more of his true character with this revelation.
So people are saying our audio is out of sync. But the only way to fix that is to restart it, and we're going to not restart it. So just go with it, folks. You know, I'd like to address this question. If because Fenn said the gold belongs to you, or I had an email from a gentleman who said the last paragraph said, I give you title to the gold, therefore he's not giving us everything. If you believe that when you find the treasure, you're only entitled to the gold, then stop searching. That would just be silly. You're wasting your time if you don't believe you're going to walk away with a treasure chest filled with all the items that Forrest described. And honestly, I can't imagine anybody would take it so seriously that they would show up, they'd be looking at a treasure chest that they've been searching for X number of years and say to themselves, well, I'll probably only keep the gold. Just go away. Go do it. It just sounds silly to me when somebody comes to that conclusion, right? He gave you title to the gold and everything else in that chest. He's never indicated otherwise. So if you don't believe that you're entitled to all of it, then don't spend any more time looking for the treasure. Right? That would be silly. That would be silly of Forrest. That would be silly of the finder. Okay, what else? Ooh, long one.
This is from Mike Cole. Okay. Forrest Fenn's solution with pictures if ... Hello, hi, Toby. I'm a fellow searcher, a one-man team. I watched your video on the 9 clues. I believe I know the location and possibly the exact spot of the treasure box from the photos of my last trip. I live in San Diego and made 3 trips to Santa Fe to the location I believe he hid the treasure based on my 3 weeks of research in December. I do civil engineering and land surveying for a living, so I'm used to solving complex problems with reason. I believe the 9 clues are as follows, slightly different than the ones in your video. I followed my order exactly to a location, but only I missed it by 10 feet on my last trip there.
Only 10 feet? He needs to let Forrest know so Forrest can say searchers have been within 10 feet.
Okay, so 1, begin at where warm water, halt. 2, and take it in the canyon down. 3, not far but too far to walk. 4, put it below the home of Brown. 5, the end is ever drawing nigh. 6, there'll be no paddle up your creek. 7, just heavy loads on water high. 8, if you have been wise and found the blaze. 9, but tarry scant with marvel gaze. Just take the chest and go in peace. He says, if you have been wise, this is a major clue. I believe I missed it on my 3rd trip there. Here's the question. When you find the blaze, do you look quickly down from where you see the blaze, or do you go to the blaze and look down from there? I believe it's the second one, and I have a photo of Terry Scant with marvel gaze, meaning all 3 are together and the treasure is beneath marvel gaze. I promised my wife I would stop looking for the treasure on my 2nd trip. She kind of let me go there on a 3rd trip. I was close, but focused at looking the wrong direction and missed it. Bummer. I'm willing to share my research and findings if you're willing to split the treasure if I'm correct. I will share all my research, and if you don't want to join in after reviewing it, no problem. Honestly, I'm already a millionaire, but as a treasure hunter, I just want to know. I know you probably share the same feelings. No doubt you get plenty of offers. It's a quick, easy trip for you because you're local. I will likely make the trip at some point back to the area. I believe the location is where he hid the treasure. Makes too much sense from my research. Again, it could be anywhere, right? As a side note, if you ever watched the series Expedition Unknown with Josh Gates, that's when I was introduced to Fenn's treasure for the first time. That was years ago now, but I never took an interest. If you have seen Expeditions Unknown episodes on the secret poems, that's how this all started for me. If you saw the secret episode in Boston where they found a cask in the park, I got hooked and worked all the last 9 poems for the secret that weren't solved. After working solutions for all those poems, I remembered Forrest Fenn's poem, and that had a serious treasure value behind it, but no illustrations to confirm if you solved it or not. So I focused on it since early December last year. I have friends pushing me to go get the secret casks that Byron Price buried. The plan is to start in San Francisco, then New Orleans, and so on. Again, my wife isn't so thrilled about these treasure things, but she did make the first 2 trips with me to New Mexico. Back to Fenn's. He said you needed to solve the first clue. I believe I did, and when I associated with additional clues he has given, I was willing to make the trip to Santa Fe from San Diego. One new clue he gave got me to bite initially. On my first trip to the search site, several clues I couldn't see on Zillow confirms to me I'm in the right area. I do agree with you, Toby. The solution is a small area. It might even surprise you how small of an area I believe it is. Let me know if you're interested. No biggie either way. I just know it will be a while before I make it back that way. It might not even be an area you have searched or considered. I have the pictures of the area and the specific location if you would agree to moving forward.
So, Mike, thank you very much. I appreciate the offer, but no, I am not interested. Thank you. Good luck with your search. Okay, you want to say hi to the room?
Hi, room.
What the?
I'm still working on trying to get this thing back to come back to normal.
¿Qué pasó?
I don't know.
¿Qué pasó?
Okay.
Okay, well, I can say hi to the room, but I do have to answer a question here because Steve said, let me see if I can find it again. Hey, don't forget that if you want us to see your comment in the chat room, precede your comment with an @ Gypsy's Kiss, the correct spelling, space, @ space, Gypsies with an apostrophe before the space, Kiss, and that way it highlights it as it's flashing by in the chat so that we can pick up on it. Alternatively, you can send a text message to our phone number you see in the box below, 202-815-1171. You can also call that number right now and leave a voicemail of up to 2 minutes, and we'll play that voicemail later, or, as I said, the text message. And then later on, we'll open up that phone line, and you can call in, okay? So if you're just trying to reach out to us, I do want to go back because Steve said something. Dadgummit, I missed it. He didn't highlight it, so it just kind of went by real quick.
The sassy
Steve,
showed
he
us all
says,
how to do it.
Toby, you said before you were in radio research, old spooks and spies. My father-in-law was one of them. They go to reunions all over the U.S. every year. I was with radio research in Vietnam. It's a euphemism for the Army Security Agency, a branch of the National Security Agency. And you're right, they do have reunions. I get invitations to my reunion with the 335th every year. And they even had one reunion in Vietnam. I mean, that's how serious these guys are. But I always seem to be busy with something. So I contacted them. They do have a Facebook page. So I left my name on Facebook, and I told them it looks like they have their reunions in October of every year. So I told them to let me know about the next one, and I'll really try to make the next one. I was just kind of surprised to see them. I didn't see they're all old guys like me now, so I didn't recognize anyone. But I got to believe that we were all in that same location down there. So I'm sure to see people that I knew when I was there. There we go. Sassy 1962, one of our moderators, just highlighted a Gypsy's Kiss like that. Now, you guys may not see it. I don't know, but you can see what they've done by preceding it with and that sign of Gypsy's Kiss. Pointing quickly down. Yep. Okay. How about you say hello to the room?
I can't go back any further than 7:18. So is that okay?
Either, yeah. Hang on. Let me see what I got here.
And it's only 7:25. See, mine
that's
disappeared.
a good point. I can go back to 7-Eleven.
I can name that tune at 7-Eleven.
7-Eleven. M.A. Hammock wants
Are you
the
gonna
Rooster
play the video?
playing. I am. Don't we all? We missed the email video, didn't we? Shucks. Shucks.
We have more. We'll get there.
Okay, let me see. What's the name of the video?
Hello.
Oh, got it. I got sunshine. Hey,
on a cloudy day.
My daughters gave me a ukulele for my birthday. How cool is that? So I'm going to learn to play the ukulele.
Yeah,
Play my song. Okay.
Folk music at 5. I don't know. Toby's going to have a new show on top of all the others he
Toby
does.
singing Finn songs at 5. Okay, do you want to go here or there, or what do you want to do?
So let's just go. Okay. Hello to our friends in the chat room, including William, K-Pro, Jeff Anschultz, Joey Perro, Michael Wimmer, My Daily Agenda, M.A. Hammock, that's Mark Anthony, Keyword, Captain Marvel, Kiwis Road, Corey Jacobs, Vanishing Race.
Let's see, scrolling up.
K-Pro, Journeyman, Victor Fleming, Shots Canine Treasure Hunter, Sassafras CMT. We got Brian Eagles here.
Did you say Captain Marvel?
I did.
Okay.
Hooli, because I can.
One of our moderators, Hooli.
As is K-Pro.
As is K-Pro.
And Sassy.
And ES.
Because I can. LR. Christine Kenzie.
She left us a comment saying she sent us something for our treasure chest.
Oh. We have Maverick Finder. That's a new one. Bobbert. Miss Lisa's here. Hush Whisper.
Yep, Miss Lisa, it does look like the audio is out of sync. Once it gets that, it's just we would have to cut and return. I mean, start over again. I'm not going to do that. We're just going to
Sassy, Jose Guichard
in the Facebook room. Hey, Jose.
Glenna Friedman.
He's from Pomona. Mm-hmm. Jose, go get me some sand, please.
Essay, give me some sand. You have to ask him, like, your homies.
I get my accent
Copper
back,
Dan.
Tony Rusi, did you say hi, Jen?
We got Maverick and Maverick Hunter.
Wow.
Tony Rusi.
That can't be healthy.
MJ Inzer.
So Maverick Hunter, like he hunts alone, or he's hunting Maverick?
That's what I think. I think he's hunting Maverick.
Yeah.
Or she. Look out.
That would be good. Vanishing Race. Let's see. MJ Inzer, did you say MJ?
Craig Carter.
Somebody wants us to play
JK
the Rooster.
Pioneer.
Why do we want to play the Rooster video?
Oh, for that email I read about the civil
the guy that
engineer wants you to go look for his treasure. Yeah. Angelina sings. Jack Be Nimble Nimble. The Sassy wants the Roosters too. Tony Rusi. We have Steve.
Now somebody wants me to play the Crazy Birds video.
Kiwis Road. Okay.
Jack Nimble. Jack Be Nimble.
Mm-hmm. And
it looks like it for names. I don't see any questions.
Sheets Trove, Rusty Nipples.
Audio is out of sync. Yeah, I know, Miss Lisa. We're dealing with it.
Shadowcaster.
I think I should have restarted. I should have restarted the Oh, Deaf Neighbors, did you get that?
Deaf Neighbors. with a
Australian.
ka-ching.
$2 Australian.
The
FF
weft
clues
of the
and
Y.
The weft of the Y.
Because sinister. Oh, no.
Vanishing Race says,
Nye.
you can play for us, Toby, when you learn a song. The first song I'm going to learn, I've decided, is Happy Birthday, so we'll be able to
I
sing
tried
Happy
to
Birthday.
learn. That's actually, I understand, kind of a difficult one. I tried to learn.
On the ukulele, it's not. It's on YouTube. Like there's the version on YouTube where you can do. It's a tutorial, and it's pretty straightforward. So, what's the name of that song?
Dream a little dream of me.
That's on there.
That's the one I was trying to learn.
Oh, well, that's not Happy Birthday.
No, but I like that song.
Oh, okay. Just for the members vault. No, LR, we are going to do a general survey for everyone, and we'll do the same thing as we did last year. If you'd like to see the results, you can leave your email address, and we'll send you the results. We plan to do that in the probably March or April time frame before we get
Just
serious
before
about
the
the search season. Yeah.
Roger Garcia, Janet Landgard.
Oh, from over in the Facebook page. Hi, Janet.
Smoke
if
Wagon.
I get it right this time. Hello. Oh, I'll get it right this
Stuart
time.
Jones, James Bailey. James Bailey is our Jim from our room, our membership.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Shadowcaster says she played Memories. Shadowcaster, I found a paper copy with what I think are the chords, but I would have to type it in, put all the chords information in, and I don't know. If I recall, what I did was when I found the song that John had posted, I sent it to a friend of mine who was a musician, and I asked him to work out the chords for me. So I do have a paper copy. Once I take the time to retype it in so that we have a digital copy, I'll send you a copy. We'll see if we can figure it out. So for those of you that weren't on the Church of the Search on Saturday night, my audience that night, my very brave and stalwart audience helped me find a song that I had written years and years ago. It was copyrighted in 1981, and it's called "She Played Memories," and it's sung by a gentleman whose name is John Salazar, who I never met physically. We talked on the phone. And the story is that he had gotten the music from the woman who had helped me write it, Helen Lopez. They were friends, and he liked it so much, he asked her if he could use it as in their band, and it became kind of their, what do they call it? Their signature song. And for years and years he played it, and then he found out that I was alive in 2010, and he contacted me. And he said that he had copyrighted it in both our names in 1981. And I think he was worried that I was going to lay claim to all that money. And I told him not to worry about it. So yeah.
Jeff Enschultz in a cipher. So
Shadow says
in
thank
a cipher, Davida, baby. Oh.
No. Inagata Davida.
Yeah, I know.
Iron
I was just
Butterfly.
trying to make a song
that
out of
was
it.
one of my favorite songs when I.
Okay.
Inagata
CT
Davida.
2020.
Don't you know
Doug
that
Carver,
I love
AJ Rainville.
Inagata Davida.
Who else?
Let's see.
Jungle Cruiser.
Susie let me sing on that show, and it didn't get demonetized. Yeah, K-Pro Sassy
MJ
sang
Inzer.
"Happy Birthday" to me after
Zozo Rocks.
Marilyn Monroe singing "Happy Birthday" to President Kennedy.
Oh, because my song to you wasn't good
No,
enough?
no. It was beautiful. It was just on the Saturday night show. Was it on the Saturday night show?
Well, yeah, it must have been because it wasn't on Friday. Because I sang to you on Friday.
No, that was just beautiful. That was just beautiful.
Yeah.
Very heart warming having you sing to me like that.
Yeah.
And when I get my ukulele, when I can pronounce ukulele, I will knock out some tunes. I will rip some tunes on that baby.
Rip.
Yeah.
iron foot fetish.
What?
What?
Did you see Holly's new
Lisa Smith.
new avatar?
No.
It's feet.
Oh, feet.
I think they're harassing me. I don't have a foot fetish. I
The
don't know.
more you deny it,
I don't know where that
the
rumor
more
started.
you deny it, the more they're going to apply it. That which you resist persists. So just let it
Let
go.
it go. Let it go.
ES is here.
Oh, that's right. Sassy's saying these boots are made for walking because Tony Russi requested.
Nancy Sinatra.
I did get a kiss from Shelley. I lied to her and I told her the room asked her to give me a kiss, and then I had to tell her the truth afterwards.
I saw that picture. It looks like I'm trying to eat your face off. Like I'm some kind of zombie or something. The Princess Zombie was eating my face.
Zombie was eating my face off. Okay, I think that's everything in the room.
I think so.
Got all the questions answered. Remember, if you do have a question, text
Evan
it to
Penn,
202.
deny dent. What?
Yeah.
Clifford Langeneck. Toby, all the chicks singing to him, I'm jealous.
Think of it as someone singing to your grandpa, because it's the same effect. I'm just an old man. They're being polite in case I die during one of the shows.
My daily agenda says the rumor started because you said it, Toby,
What rumor started?
about the foot fish.
Oh, no, I didn't say it. Did I say it?
Who was singing to K-Pro on her birthday? I suppose Mike.
Yeah.
Oh,
that
maybe
would be cool.
those guys who
that
sing your
do
theme
all your
song.
theme songs.
They're pretty awesome.
That would be cool.
Cow lasers. Cow lasers.
Okay, before we go to phones, I think let's do...
I like those black fluffy things that go as they walk too.
I wonder how those guys feel like we're walking through the center of this metropolis, whatever it is, and we're bouncing drums off our butts. We're having to walk funny to do it. And they go like...
It's like any other marching band.
And they're wearing the hats. They're what?
Yeah, just like any other marching band. You have to wear those weird hats. And
So before we do your giveaway, let me show you what we gave away today.
my giveaway.
Not your, them.
Oh.
Giveaway. Question. Rio de los Pinos. Thank you, Michael. We'll try and get her loaded on her water before she leaves tonight.
Club soda.
Okay. So today on the World Sand Project, we didn't give it away, but we announced that if you go to the World Sand Project and make a comment on today's show, you'll have the option next week of winning one of our sand pendants. And this sand pendant was from the arroyo in Rio Rancho that happens to be in the Rio Grande Rift. And then the other giveaway for next week on the World Sand Project is that same picture, a 4x6 dye sublimation print of the sample that we did today on the show. So that was kind of neat. And then what we gave away today, do you remember who won the picture? Was that...
TH?
Yeah, TH won last week's prize, and that was a photograph from Mungo Beach, the sand at Mungo Beach, which is the sample that our friend Michael Hool sent us. And tonight on AGK, we're going to give away... oh, you can't tag it. It's got some green trees in it. So we're going to give away this 4x6 dye sublimation print, one of a kind. Yours truly shot it, edited it, framed it, and you're the only one that's going to have a copy of it because I don't even have a copy of the little red truck crossing the Rio de los Pinos. I will do that here.
Again?
Yeah. I'm going to have to make a potty stop before the show is over at this rate. Okay, so let's do that first. Let me open up HK first. So
Jeff Enschultz gave us another super chat.
Oh,
Jefferson's Wheel Cipher with Lewis and Clark.
thank you, Jeff. That was very kind of you.
Well, I did that while you were talking, but
Ew.
that's okay.
Yeah,
He can
okay,
have
sorry.
another. Because
He can have two.
He gave us more than one.
Okay, so follow along. If you want to be in the competition for this image of the little red truck crossing the Rio de los Pinos, go back to last Wednesday's show. It's the one where we had the guest Tracy Brown, and make a comment. You have about 30 seconds if you haven't made a comment there already. Okay? So let me do...
Say something nice, because otherwise we'll just delete it.
Yeah, if it's a mean comment, we'll just delete it.
So don't say anything mean.
Yeah. Fenn said, begin at 4 places in a car, boom, north to San Francisco, more, begin. Okay, so here's the video. Here's last Wednesday's video. You have about 10 seconds before we, where's the copy link? Copy link address. And we're going to go to, where am I going? I forget all the time.
What?
Where am I going?
Commentpicker.com.
Commentpicker.com. And we're going to use the YouTube tools, the YouTube random comment picker. I'm going to paste that. Whoops.
It's the new, why did I come into this room?
Ouch. I hate that advertising.
The new, why did I come into this room
Is-
is why did I open this app?
Oh.
What was I going to do here?
What was I
It's
gonna
like I opened Facebook and then I'm like, playing around. I'm like, I know I
So the
came here
first
for
thing
a
we're going to
reason.
do is we're going to paste the video.
As soon
link
as I
in
shut it all
there,
off, that's
and
when I
stop.
remember.
And then we're going to see how many comments there are for last Wednesday's show. 55. Wow. Not a popular image. So we've had as many as 90s. This is low number. So we're going to do it right now. So if you don't, it's too late for you to put a comment in now because we're going to do it right now. And figure out who the winner is.
Boom!
And the
Kiwis
winners-
Road.
Oh, geez, that's going to be expensive.
Maybe we could just send him a digital copy.
Hey, Kiwis Road, send your really expensive shipping address in Australia to the Tobster, and you win the little red truck crossing the Rio de los Pinos. A one of a kind. Nobody else can own that.
You said the word again.
What?
The Rio de los
Oh,
Pinos
thank you.
thing.
Kiwis Road is the winner. So
You
here's.
gotta play the winner video.
Oh, got to play the winner video.
You win. It's the bottom one.
Got it. It has nothing to do with winning. It has to do with butt drums. Okay, so next week's prize is we're going back to the streamers. And this streamer I've always liked because not only is it a beautiful streamer, it has a really memorable name. It's called a Dirty Hippie. I don't know where it came from, didn't name it, but it's very colorful. So next week you'll win a 4x6 dye sublimation print of an original photograph made by yours truly, matted and mounted by me.
Kiwis Road says, I'll take the digital if you say the place again.
Rio de los Pinos?
I think so.
We're going to send it to you anyway. I don't care how much it costs. Besides, I just want to see if it'll get through the U.S. and Australian Postal Service. I'm sure it will. So this is next week's
Takes
prize.
about 2 weeks.
Like I said, an original image dye sublimation print of a dirty hippie streamer as photographed, matted, and mounted by yours truly. Okay?
So send us your address, Kiwis Road.
Kiwis Road, send me your shipping address, and we will send you that image. And let's see
ES says, I got some soap called Dirty Hippie. It's patchouli.
Oh, interesting. So, yeah,
I like patchouli.
I think we got giveaways. We got to read. Okay, hang on. Let's do some. I better see if I've got some first. Hang on.
See if we have any
Oh, yeah,
text
we got some.
messages. And then we'll
We
play the
got
text
some.
message
Let me
video.
do text message
for
video.
you. a new viewer called I'll Get It Right This Time.
I'll get it right this time.
And Silver Fox is here.
Oh, hey, Silver Fox. We haven't seen him since Fenbury last year, huh?
Well, he's been in the room before. DB Cooper's here.
So this is from No Name. Happiest birthday to Toby, celebrating my birthday with you. Mine was January 14th, and love that you are Capricorn 2, strong-headed with a heart of gold. Thank you. That is me. That's definitely me. Strong-headed with a heart of gold.
Strong-hearted.
Strong-hearted with a head of gold.
You're strong-hearted now that you got that defib in there.
Oh, hey. Yeah, that's true. By the way, guys, I've got to show you something because you're all gold freaks like me. Hang on just a sec. I got to open it first. So every once in a while.
K-Pro and a Gypsy's Kiss. This is from Kiwi. Send it to K-Pro because it means more to you than me. Share the story.
Oh. I'll do whatever you ask, Kiwi. If you want it to send it to you, I will be happy to send it to you. Okay, hang on for just a second.
Just send us an email, Kiwi, and let us know where you want it to go. If you want it to go to somebody else, you can say that too.
Got it.
Put it in the email.
Okay, so hold on. So we were doing our show today, and
what's up?
It's that piece of gold. We're right here.
Piece of gold.
Yeah.
That's gold.
Yep.
How do you know?
Because it's got all the characteristics of gold. It's metallic. It's
how do you know it's metallic?
Opaque. Anyway, you guys tell me. For those of you who have seen, now remember.
Can they even see it?
Yeah, not yet because I haven't switched over. Right.
Oh.
So we were doing our show today, the World Sand Project, and eventually we put stuff under the microscope and we show it on the show. And if there's something interesting, I always take a picture of it. And I expected that sooner or later, as we did more of these sand samples that were from the mountains as opposed to the shore, that we'd eventually find a tiny bit of gold, and we found one today. So that is a piece of gold the size of a grain of sand that's from a dry riverbed in the town that Shelley lives in. How cool is that?
There's gold?
There's gold.
And then there's arroyos?
Gold. Well, yeah, but when you consider the number, the ratio of those pieces to what you'd have to...
so that's my gold. I dug that up.
You know what? And I'll figure out how to get it out of there for you. Because that's going to be a monster.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth much.
Not one piece, but it's kind of cool to have,
If you could see it.
Yeah,
without a microscope, maybe.
Okay, Shadowcaster says, Kiwis Road says to send it to Shadowcaster. Kiwis Road, send us an email and tell us what you want. Tell us what you want to do with it, okay? We'll be happy to.
Kiwis Road wants you to play. She played Memories. I said something about memories. I need memories, he says.
Said it. He said
Want
to play.
some sand from the Aussie Goldfield?
Yes, I do. Send it to us so that we can put it under the microscope. That's the fun part of all this. Let's see. Emotional connection. Let me see. K-Pro is the emotional connection you have with Toby and Shelley, and your reverence is that picture. I don't need money. I need memories. Oh,
see, I told you he wants you to sing the song.
Oh.
She played Memories. He said memories.
Do you want me to play?
Just extrapolate from there.
It's 4 minutes and 25 seconds.
Oh my
long.
Goodness.
Yeah, it's a long song.
Never mind then.
So that's that song we were telling you about earlier. Okay, we have got. Oh, we're back to.
Craig Carter said, "Looked like iron pyrite to me too."
No, that wasn't iron pyrite. Iron pyrite is for actually. What's interesting about iron pyrite is that it looks better than gold because it's very shiny. It's shiny metallic as opposed to dull metallic.
Very, very shiny. I have a piece of it here.
If you remember, there's some in your box there. So Shelley's kind of a rock hound.
Oh, I'm not. I just have some crystals.
So this is iron pyrite, and you can see it's not going to focus on the camera.
Like sparkly.
And you can see it's shinier than gold. Gold is very, for those of you who've seen gold, I'm sure you know, gold has a very dull color to it. Not, it's gold, but it's dull, not shiny like pyrite. That's how you can find it. But there's a very good chance if you find pyrite and quartz in a single location, you'll also find some gold. So, do you want to show them the treasure chest again?
Is there more stuff in it than last time?
No.
Yeah, we'll wait till we
Okay,
get more
so
stuff.
we're hiding a treasure chest this summer. Brad and Sarah Kinzer are contributing to it. We're contributing to it. Apparently, Chris sent us
I
something.
didn't know you were going to advertise it. Well, I guess I'll get it out if you're going to talk about it.
Okay. And Tony Henman, some of the gemstones that Tony Henman sent us are going in the treasure chest. And here's the treasure chest. That's it weighs about 22 pounds. No, I'm just teasing. It's made of brass. It has Chinese decorations on it. It's actually was made in China, and it opens up like that. It's got wood lining. This thing is heavy, and we got a bunch of stuff in there right now. That's the letter from.
Including the cork from Toby's birthday champagne.
Yeah. So there's a bunch of jewelry in there. The gemstones are in there way down on the bottom. And we're going to package all these up so they're not quite so spread out.
Got
And
these
then
fancy coins that we got sent to put in there.
And then the week before you saw that we had a bunch of things from Craig. So we got a bunch of things from
Wooden nickel.
Sarah and
Don't take any wooden nickels.
and Shelley donated her. Here, hold that up. I can't hold it. Shelley donated her turquoise. You can't see it. Chroma keys out.
It's
So
invisible magical necklace.
That's a turquoise beaded bracelet that I got for her to put the 3D bronze treasure latch on. So she's donated that. I've donated.
This,
That's one of my daughter's pieces.
Muerto
Muerto
art,
art.
from Sean Wells.
Sean Wells. And then my $2 bill that I've had since as long as it's like the 1970s. I don't think it's worth anything, but it's kind of cool.
It's worth $2.
It's worth $2 a live. But it's mint.
Mint in box.
Oh, and then there's that commemorative Jefferson head nickel that Craig sent
some
us.
pieces of silver.
Some silver bullion that J.K. Pioneer
Ingots,
sent
or
us.
whatever they are.
So,
All right.
so what we're going to do is when we get all the things from Sarah and Brad, we're going to get together. We're going to put them in the chest. Then we're going to wrap it up in plastic packing stuff so it stays dry, and we're going to hide it. Somebody had a really interesting suggestion, and the interesting suggestion was use the clues in Fenn's poem, just hide it in a different location. So we may do that.
Well, yeah, and then while we're hiding it, we may actually
Find the other
his,
one.
and then we'll just replace it with this.
So here's the only thing I can promise you thus far. We will not put it in the Rio de los Pinos since we've done that before. We have to put it in someplace new. So I'm guessing either northern New Mexico or southern Colorado because Brad and Sarah live in Pagosa Springs. Okay, remember if you're going to send me a text, include your name and the state from which you are texting so you know who it is. So this is from area code 856. Hi, Toby. Do we searchers still agree that this poem is a cipher or cryptic poem? We searchers do not. We have never agreed on that, either of those. Number 2, Forrest Fenn has said that someone will decipher the meaning and find the treasure. Yes, he has said that, but I don't think he completely understands the meaning of keyword or cipher, because later on he said you don't need to understand ciphers in order to figure out the clues in the poem. And number 3, do you think that the treasure could be opposite to what he has said or told us? No. I think it's difficult enough as it is. I mean, considering that we've been at this for almost 10 years and we don't seem to have made any headway at all, I can't imagine that reversing the meanings or reversing the landmarks or putting it in a mirror image opposite of all that would be any better. And you have to remember, in his heart of hearts, he probably wants this treasure found. I don't think necessarily that he wants it found anytime soon, but I don't think he would do something like that. It's hard enough as it is. I mean, how much harder can
Mark
it be?
Anthony says, shine light on the sample. Wave your hand over the piece, and if it stays bright, it's probably gold. If it darkens at all, it's not. There are rocks that appear gold-colored.
Well, you got to remember, that's all.
It's this big.
Yeah, it's all a grain of sand size. So, Let me see. This is from JC in South Carolina. Hey, guys, there have been several discussions over the years about the legal implications of different types of land that the chest may be hidden on, with Forrest and the eventual finder being the only ones who know the actual location. Why wouldn't the finder just claim it was found in an area that doesn't have any issues for claiming it? Thanks. Joe or JC, we kind of agree with you. Our recommendation is that the finder never reveal the location of where they found the treasure. And if asked, their answer should be, if somebody asks the finder where they found it, their answer should be where Forrest Fenn hid it. So there is no requirement for the finder to tell anyone where they found the treasure.
There's nothing you got to do. You have to do. There's nothing you have to do. Everything's a choice. We talked about that on my show today, The Softer Side. TheSofterSide.live. Check it out. Today we talked about procrastination and how to stop doing it.
Oh, here, I'm going to play your promo for you. How's that?
All right.
The Softer Side, Wednesdays and Fridays at 4 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Woohoo. It's a super chat
Hi, Toby.
from Vanishing Race, who says, are you following the lawsuit against Forrest? Any insight?
I don't think there's any need to follow the lawsuit. I don't think it'll make it past preliminary hearing. It'll be rendered specious and a waste of the court's time.
Could you get this off the screen? It's
Sorry, is it
making
making you annoyed? Are you getting annoyed?
Yes.
How about that? Does that annoy you right there?
No.
No?
No, why would it?
Do you love it?
Yeah, it's us.
Okay, all right.
I love us.
It up there. How about that one? Oh, no,
That's
just
us.
that's
Yeah.
us.
We should
And
have
then
that up.
Creative
Why
put
don't
that.
we have that one up now?
Okay, there we go.
There we go.
All right.
Woohoo!
So, hey, Toby, love the new Saturday night show, Church of the Search. John and I watched it Sunday morning, and it was very delightful.
So
Also,
it was very churchy.
I guess in the more if you do it on Sunday morning. I didn't think of it that way. Okay, I'm not going to say that. Sunday morning, it was very delightful. Also, by the way, John and I wish to wish you happy birthday from Toby Fan 3000 and his better. Actually, this is from Toby Fan 3000's better half.
Karen.
So thank you for that, Karen. Very kind and thoughtful. That is it. It's from Jim. He says, I promise to try and not fall asleep tonight.
Oh.
It was so cute.
Zozo Rocks wants a recap of Driving with Toby video.
A recap? How does he mean?
Like, talk about what you talked about, I guess.
Okay, let me finish the.
First, you tell him what you're going to tell him, then you tell him that
Right,
you told him what you told
right.
him. So we're at that part now. The end.
Toby, give me a call. More on the coin and some sand that's coming your way. Okay, we'll call you in just a minute. I don't know what
3D
that is.
Bronze planned
Do
to
me a
watch
favor.
The Softer Side today, but didn't get to it. But you still can. It's
So,
still there.
so do me a favor, area code 208, and send me name and the state from which you are texting, and then I'll call you.
Even though you procrastinated, you could still take care of it now.
262, thanks, Midwest Riley. This is from Midwest Riley. Hi, regarding where the treasure chest is found, let's say for a special spot where he hid the chest is indeed in a national park. Could the finder just lie and say it was found somewhere else that would have less problems, or could the finder sell the chest without revealing where it was found? Why does it matter where it's, since no one can prove where you found it anyway? Thanks, Midwest. Yeah, that's our point. There is no requirement for the finder to reveal where the treasure chest was found. And in the meantime, you could have sold it. It belongs to someone else. The buyer may request that, but there is no, the buyer, if you auction it off, the person who buys it at auction may ask for the location, and you could probably write an agreement with the buyer that you can tell the location if they never reveal the location. So our recommendation is, as I said earlier, if someone asks you where you found the treasure, after you found it, of course, where you found it, you say where Forrest Fenn hid it. Okay, that's your response.
So Zozo Rock says, brief recap. And Tony Rusi says, Toby, what was the name of that waterfall that you visited? It was Bajo, and it was resort, right?
No, Bajo. and it was now
BA space HO.
Baho. It's west. It's west of Nha Trang, about 20 clicks, and it's become an eco tourist resort. That's how nice a waterfall it is. So, and it looked like it was filled with Europeans when we took a look at it. Let's see. So Zozo rocks. So what I did on Driving with Toby was I showed 2 video clips. The first of Fenn answering the question, how will you know if the treasure is found, on Lorene Mills the Lorene Mills program in 2011, where he responds effectively with, I won't unless the finder informs him. And I showed a second clip of Forrest Fenn answering pretty much the same question of Christie in November of 2019, and he went politician on us. Not only did he not answer the question, at the end he implies there's some magical event that will take place that will tell him that the treasure is found, but he wouldn't reveal that to Christie. The difference, as I pointed out, is the 2 interviewers, they asked effectively the same question. The location, in one case he was in a studio, and the other case he was in the privacy of his own home. So there's all these variables that were different between the 2, but the biggest one was his age and the level of his vulnerability. In the first, he was very vulnerable and less defensive. In the second, after 8.5 years of being asked all these questions, including this particular one over and over again, he's gotten progressively more guarded and defensive. And the conclusion it leads you to is the 2 things. Number 1, Forrest now sees his responsibility as ensuring the integrity of the poem more than anything else. The integrity of the poem is key to him. And as a point, in support of that, you may remember a video that Shelley and I did a couple of years ago where I questioned the need for the poem. And I said, you know what, I'm just going to go to my spot and I'm going to look around until I find the treasure. I'm going to completely ignore the poem. And apparently we got through mutual friends that upset him very much. And I think it had to do with ignoring the poem and his defense of it. And then the second conclusion I came to was, what was the second thing? It was related to Fenn.
I don't know. Go watch the video.
That Fenn.
It was all the way back on Monday.
Oh God, Zozo! I'd have to go back and check. There were 2 conclusions that I came to.
Anyway, if you have any questions about it,
just go watch the video.
Specific questions.
Watch it. It's a fun video. It's me driving.
Kiwis Road wants to know, what river did you cross with that red vehicle?
That was the Rio de los Pinos. And that red vehicle is my Nissan Frontier with a cab. I love it.
I'm loving it.
Okay, I think that's it for text messages. Let me make sure.
Da, da, da.
Tony from Idaho. This is Tony. Oh, it's Tony. That's who wanted the call. Okay, Tony, I will call you back in just a sec.
K-Pro says, do you think with contradictory answers that could hurt Forrest in court?
Forrest will never find himself in court. And there is nothing about what he said that could be made in a case. I mean, if you can't make a case against Forrest Fenn after people have died looking for the Forrest Fenn treasure, you're not going to make any other case, because that's as serious as it's going to get. Somebody being angry because they went to the spot and they found an empty hole and the treasure was gone when they got there, that's not a case. That's not ever going to make it past preliminary hearing. And again, the rationale is, if you can't make a case after somebody has died looking for your treasure, there's very little, and the reason that nobody's brought a case is because they're going to go to an attorney and they're going to tell the attorney the conditions of the case, and the attorney will say, you're not going. It's not going to get past preliminary hearing. It's a waste of time and money, except that if you get a shady attorney, which is possible. I don't believe that they would do that. But if you get a shady attorney, they might let you get into court and charge you lots of money for finding out that you don't have a case. So I can't imagine that I will bet money that Forrest Fenn never appears in court in his lifetime from this point forward.
CGSY says, promises to make a gift are not actionable at law.
It is not a promise.
I give you title to the gold if you find it.
If you find it, it's I give you title. It's a transfer of title. There's nothing gifting about it.
He says the finder will have to work hard in order to do it.
They'll have to earn it.
That he has to earn it.
Yeah.
So it's earned income then.
So this is from Roger in San Antonio, Texas. If the little girl in India can get as far as the first two clues, why is that he says in the Hint of Riches interview that you will not know if you have the right warm water salt until you have found the chest? That is not the first time he has said that. And the implication is that there is only one correct warm water salt. And the only way to find out that it is the correct warm water salt is when you're staring down at the chest. Right, and that makes perfect sense to me. You can find warm water. You can dip your toe in every river from here to north of West Yellowstone. And if you don't have the treasure chest to validate that, and that's not just true of that clue, it's true of every clue. You won't know that every clue that you've assumed, that you've concluded was correct, is correct until you find that treasure. And that's the game we're playing here, ladies and gentlemen. That's why part of it is so difficult, because you don't know if you're right until you're looking down into the abyss at that treasure.
The blue one.
Did the family of those who died try to sue Toby?
Try to sue comma.
Comma. Should there be a comma in there?
Yeah.
No, nobody attempted. There was some, I think Randy Belew's wife considered it, but as I said, you're going to go talk to an attorney, and they're going to use there's a law that's called... let me see. It has to do with responsibility. He has no responsibility to protect you making bad decisions, right? And that's what it boils down to. That's how the court sees it. If you went looking for the lost Dutchman mine and in the process got trapped in a mine shaft and your skeleton was found 20 years from now, there would be nothing your family could do about it. Not only is there no one responsible, but the simple fact of the matter is what the court sees is let's use the most recent example. If something had happened to that gentleman that was in Yellowstone, his family couldn't sue Forrest Fenn because he made all the decisions that put him there, and that's how the court sees it, right? There is nothing that requires Forrest Fenn to substantiate everything he said. There is no requirement in the law. If we find out at the end of all this that Forrest Fenn didn't hide a treasure and that all he wanted to do was make jokes, you still can't sue him, because everything after that is your decision. And that's how the courts see it. So I don't think that's true. I think Forrest Fenn hid a treasure. I think the poem tells you where the treasure is. But in the unlikelihood that he didn't hide a treasure, there's not a damn thing you can do about it in terms of a court case. It just isn't there. These are all, even when I see the cases that do come up, this most recent one that made it, that was filed in district court. Filing in district court, especially in federal court, is the first step in a very painful part of the rest of your life. Because there's going to be not only the court and representatives of the court that are going to make your life miserable to make sure you do it correctly and make sure you have a case. There is going to be eventually, if Fenn hires an attorney, he's going to make your life so miserable you're never going to get past a preliminary hearing. Exactly. That's your point. If you leave your house and you tell your family that you're going to buy a lotto ticket, and when you're crossing the street, you get hit by a dump truck, you can sue neither the if you're jaywalking, you can't sue the dump truck company, and you can't sue the lotto organization in your state for a bunch of decisions that you made. You can't. You can't sue someone else for your decisions. Shadowcaster says, do you think there will be any valid lawsuits against the eventual finder? I think there'll be attempts. It really depends on attorneys. Sassy will tell you that there were lawsuits against her that were made that were probably considered frivolous, but would have gone to court. So there's an attorney that may get those lawsuits like that to court, and that's why I strongly recommend that you keep knowledge of the treasure in abeyance until you liquidate it or monetize it, however you're going to do that, and then let the new owners say that they've just bought the chest and I own it, and then they can figure out what to do with him. And with any luck on your part, the new owner will be either a Russian oligarch with strong ties to Vladimir Putin, or a Saudi oil prince with strong ties to what's his name? What's that new?
Was it BSM? What's his
BSM? Yeah. Both of whom will not be happy with you making an issue out of them owning the treasure.
MSB.
And by that
no,
time,
it starts with M. I don't know.
No, you're right. It's MSB. MBS.
MBS.
Mohammed bin Salman,
That's
who's the kind of ruling prince in Saudi Arabia, and he's a badass. He's the one that had Khashoggi killed in that embassy in Turkey, was it? Anyway, so who you want to buy your treasure chest is a Russian oligarch with ties to Vladimir Putin, or a Saudi oil prince with ties to MBS. And then just go spend your money happily, your cash. The problem turns into theirs, and nobody's going to screw with them anyway. So, Sean O'Grady says, Michigan, go. Michigan. Is there a football game going on or something? What did I miss?
Oh, it's Wednesday night
it's Wednesday
edition
night
of
in
Monday
January.
Night Football, I
Okay.
guess. Or maybe not.
Is that finals?
I
No,
don't-
the finals that was the LSU Auburn thing. That's done. It's all over.
All over but the crying.
All over but the crying.
Stay anonymous.
Stay anonymous. Okay, so I think we have...
Oh, did you guys see my necklace, by the way? See?
We're going to call Tony, and Tony is the one that gave that to her. So, and we're taking some of the ones that Tony sent, and we're putting them in the treasure chest as well.
Yeah.
These are the ones that he sent last time. Let's see. Jim says, I find it hard that people fail to understand the logic behind not knowing the first two clues for sure until you can pick up the chest. If you don't have the chest, you have no clue. Oh, very good. Well put, Jim. Ooh, he's right on it tonight, huh? He's not sleeping tonight, brother. Okay, so let me call Tony first, and then we'll open up the phone lines.
He says he was looking forward to talking about horsies, and then it was just the book, so he fell asleep.
Well, that wasn't our fault.
I know, I'm teasing.
Let's see.
I'm sure he was teasing.
Yeah, so Sassy Frass, CMT says, even if you stay anonymous, won't the government want their tax money and the location of the chest as well? I don't see a way around that. I agree with you, and one of the things that you're going to do before you auction off the chest is you're going to arrange with a tax lawyer, preferably one that lives and works in Washington, D.C., and has intimate relationship with the people at the IRS, and you're going to tell them exactly what you're doing, and they're going to tell the IRS exactly what you're doing, and they're going to promise the IRS that and they're going to negotiate a fair, because you have to pay unearned income taxes on it, they'll negotiate a fair tax rate for you. And because all the IRS cares about is dinero, baby. Rubber ducks, okay? That's what they like. And I don't know where the comparison of rubber ducks came from. I just made that up.
what was
Cash-o-rama, right? And you're going to have a really smart attorney and it's going to be worth every penny you pay him to negotiate based on the potential sale at auction of that. They'll pay the IRS. The IRS doesn't give a damn where you found that treasure as long as you pay the taxes. And they have no right to ask. There is nothing in the IRS code that requires them for you to tell them where you found whatever you're putting up at auction. They don't care. All they care about is getting their cut. Oh, Jim says he got his rest last night. Thank you, Jim. We know, it wasn't your fault. We were there. Let's call Tony first, see what he's got going on. Tony.
Wildcatter's daughter.
Ooh.
Hello, chat room.
I used to do some wildcatting in West Texas when I was in college.
They don't care.
Oops.
All they care about is getting.
Tony,
Let me
turn off
turn
your
down the
audio.
volume
There you
here.
go. Yeah. Otherwise, we get to hear Toby talking all over again.
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Toby talk.
Toby talk.
Toby talking.
So, how are you doing, sir? What's the latest? Oh no! How did we lose that?
Oh, did we lose him?
Yeah, we did.
Call drop.
Let's call him again.
Just a call drop. He's in the middle of nowhere.
I tried putting you on speaker, but
And you cut us off, huh?
yeah, sorry.
No worries. No worries. So, what's the latest with you, Tony? For you guys that don't know it, Tony is the gentleman that sent me all the streamers that I've been taking photographs of, and he also sent 2 batches of stones. The first batch specifically for Shelley, and the second batch was so that we can do different things like giveaways. We're going to put them in the chest. And Tony, I have a package for you as well in return.
Right on.
And I think you'll like it, and I'll put that in the mail this Saturday with the other packages.
Yeah. She's been just styling them perfect. They're sitting right on her, just beautiful.
Yeah, they really fit, and they're right above the our lower third, So they fit her perfectly. I bought a new chain for this one. I liked there was a chain. I was resetting the stones that J.K. Pioneer sent us.
Yeah.
And I got some settings. They were standard size. They were 10 by 14. So I did get some settings for them, and I got some chains to go with them, but the chains were too big for the fitting in the setting. So I took the chain that was here with this stone and gave her the more, it's what's it called? Wheat chain. So it looks really good with this stone. And the camera doesn't do this stone justice, but when you're up close and personal, it looks beautiful. The color is just beautiful.
I think it's London blue.
Yeah, it's
London blue topaz. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
And I seen that last time. She was like, yeah, she got the pick of the litter, didn't she?
She did. She did. That's what I was going to do that first. Now, I made the choice. Now, I couldn't figure out. I thought at first it was a citrine, but it seemed a little bit too orange for me. Could it have been one of those Colorado topazes? I thought you'd know for sure.
It's been so long ago.
Oh, okay.
All I can say is, it's beautiful.
Yeah, no. It is beautiful, especially on her. And so out of the last batch, that's the one she got.
Yeah.
Right. So we had
gave her the pick of the litter.
We had the ruby. We had the ruby and the opal and the topaz that you sent with the first batch. We had something else with that first batch, right? Or was it the ruby, the topaz, and the opal?
Yeah.
And then J.K. Pioneer sent the citrine, the light yellow citrine, and he also sent an amethyst that I'm having trouble setting. It's not standard size. And then from the pick of this last batch, she got that deep orange citrine, and then the rest are going to go to the treasure chest.
What about the big one for
Toby? Yeah, no. I'm setting. As a matter of fact, I just got the setting this week. The 15 by 20. That's going in a setting with a chain for Toby Renee for her birthday. So thank you for that one. That's a beautiful amethyst. And I really appreciate you sending that one.
It is.
Yeah, and I don't regret not getting that. When I saw what you were thinking about sending, you're right. That one should go to your daughter. That was just too beautiful to kind of give away like that. So.
I do have a bunch of nicer, high-end, but I could pay it forward, these. And you're going to the World Series of Fenn?
I'm going to take a couple to the World Series of Fenn and add them to the pot. There's a gift pot that goes with that. I'm going to take some of those. But if you want to send us some more, I mean, we'd be happy.
Well, I may show up I may show up there.
Okay, well, if you do, then let's sit down and we can put them in the chest, or we do our giveaways on Wednesday. And I'm sure there are folks out there that would really appreciate receiving those beautiful stones and settings because they really are. And all you have to do, I know you said they've been sitting around for a long time. I just take them and I put them in the ultra.
It was a hobby.
Yeah. I put them in the ultrasound.
And you're getting into it now, aren't you?
Well, I had for years. My last girlfriend, way back in the mid-2000s, she was a gemstone freak, and I learned a lot from her. I ended up, as a matter of fact, our engagement ring was a 8-carat sapphire with 2.5 carat trillions on each side that reflected through the sapphire. Yeah, I mean,
Beautimous, yeah.
Yeah, and as a matter of fact, she got to keep that ring. That was one of the things I missed, but it was a beautiful ring. Anyway, she introduced me to gemstones. I was kind of a rock hound before that, but not serious about gemstones. And she introduced them to me, and I became crazy about them. I just think they're really beautiful, and they all turn out to be beautiful, of course, on a beautiful woman. So
yeah, Shelley's been styling them. Perfect.
Yeah, they look great on her, don't they?
They are just beautiful.
And they're the perfect length as well. That was the other thing.
Yes.
So
Okay, people are going to think we're in the home shopping network
Okay,
here.
sorry.
Home shopping network.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let me know. We'll look for you at the World Series of Fenn, and then if you have some things, we'll find a way to pay them forward for you.
No, that's perfect. I don't ask no more.
Yeah. Well.
I've got a bunch of crystals too. I'll send in this next shipment, like with the big coin that I'm gonna.
That half-pound coin that you're sending for the chest.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We showed that to everybody last week. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm willing to do that. I mean, I'm a stacker. I've been stacking since early '80s.
Yeah.
But anyways, I was into digging crystals.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a beautiful amethyst, or not an amethyst,
tourmaline,
a scepter.
Oh, okay.
A scepter. I'll send Shelley.
All right.
So it's on a nice big chain, and it's a beautiful scepter crystal.
Oh,
how pretty!
I'll do all my princess magic with it.
Did you hear that?
Magical crystal.
If you have some other crystals, we can use them as giveaways on our World Sand Project show because we're starting to get a lot of geologists and rock hounds in the room.
Yeah, I can send you a bag of crystals.
That would be great.
Yeah.
So we're sure to see you at the World Series of Fenn?
I'm thinking highly, yeah.
All right.
I'm not far away. I'm about 8 hours, 6 to 8 hours.
That's the same distance as me. I'm planning to go in on Saturday, early Saturday, check in, and then go over to the hotel where they're doing the poker tournament. I'm staying all day Sunday and then coming back on Monday. So if maybe we can get together for lunch or coffee on Sunday.
Yeah, we can meet, and then you can meet and say, yeah, you want to come fishing with me, Toby.
I do. No, I'm telling you. I there's one thing that I feel like I need to do before I pass to the big fishing hole in the sky or whatever people call it now.
Yes, it was meant
and that
to be.
is
It
I
was
want
meant to be.
I want to catch a steelhead in those big waters up there.
And I want you to.
So we look forward to it.
Love your show, guys.
Thank you. And we love you calling in, and thank you for all the gifts that you provide for
the
Magical Treasure Princess and eventually all the other folks that watch our show, because if we get some of those crystals and some of those gemstones, we'll make sure that we use them as giveaways on our Wednesday show.
I'll see that big old scepter on her neck, and I'll be going, yeah, there we go.
That's how it should look, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks,
all right, sir.
Woo-hoo.
Thanks for calling in, Tony. You have a good evening.
See you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. T.I. Mattis said she put some crystals in the mail for us today.
Oh, good. Wow.
Yeah. We're pretty lucky.
Thank you, guys. And although, I think we can give away the crystals here on this show, but I think we can give them away as well on the World Sand Project because, like I said, we're starting to get geologists and rock hounds in that show. Okay, that's all the text messages.
Jay
so
Burke, somebody joined us here because there was only 2 people in the Facebook room. So
you know what?
came over
And
here to chat.
we can actually see your comments in
Yeah,
the
but
Facebook.
then he couldn't talk to other people.
Right,
So,
but it's hard. But they don't see your comments.
that's
The
right.
YouTubers don't see your
there he is.
comments.
Jay Burke, CMS Internet.
So we do have a couple of voicemails. So we got one. Oh, they're from the same person. Let me see what I got here.
My name is Joe Treasure Hunter, and everyone is going to be able to remember that.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a maverick.
He's a maverick. Okay, let's see. That's taken care of. All right.
Are you aware Forrest Fenn was involved in tie hacking? I don't even know what that is.
Where is that? Tie hacking. He was hacking ties.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. Let's see. I think we can
Grow the channel.
grow. Yeah, we don't a tree cutter for rail ties. Oh, so he was a tie hacker. That's a tree cutter for rail ties. Didn't know that.
Railroad ties.
Railroad.
I was
ties.
thinking neckties and cutting them or
So
selling them.
we have
like,
a text message from.
This is a genuine Rolex
Oh, it's
tie
from Vicky.
or
She
whatever.
says, Joe from Waco. Sorry, I'll be calling as soon as Zoe falls asleep. Joe from Waco. Okay.
All righty
Well,
then.
Hey, well, they're not quite open yet. I didn't open them yet. I just played the song.
Remote viewing. Be the chest. You have to be able to see around the
be-
chest to know where to go to get it, though. If you only saw the chest, it really wouldn't help you much.
Be the Fenn. Okay, so everybody's correct. Let's see. So phone lines are open if somebody wants to call in. Have you ever guys used the historic GIS mapping tool from the USGS? Oh yeah, we showed it a couple of weeks ago. We showed it to our folks a couple of weeks ago, so we haven't used it yet. We didn't have a reason. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley at AGK. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And what's your question about the search?
Hi, this is Michael Wimmer.
Hey,
calling
Michael.
from
Oh, how are you
Ohio.
doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you guys?
Very good. Thank you for asking.
Super.
You guys seem pretty happy and joyful tonight.
You know what? It's in my nature to be happy and joyful when I'm sitting next to the magical treasure princess.
Yay.
So,
Well, I don't have a lot to say because I've been kind of doing my due diligence,
yeah.
and I'm just all over the place. I'm in all 4 states, and watching too many videos,
Right.
trying to bring it all down.
Yeah.
I got too many notes. But I did want to ask. Because it seems like on a lot of the shows, people are calling in and focusing on that one picture in My War for Me.
Page
And I
99.
guess Forrest, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he drew an X there.
Yeah, if
So
you
I
look
was
at
looking
the
at that.
if you look at that photo, and somebody covered it in one of their videos. It's the picture on page 99. It's the one of the F-100 dropping a couple of.
We were talking about this.
We were just discussing this last night in
member
our
group last night.
member vault. Yeah, that's the picture that
Well,
Michael's referring to, and he mentioned that Forrest has made some notations on it. That was in the book that Bill Sullivan won at Fenbury. So that's where those that's where he was doodling. But he made doodles on several other pictures in that book as well. So I wouldn't count that necessarily as that important because he
He's
doodled.
always drawing X's in people's books.
Yeah, he drew
okay.
all kinds of doodles in that book all over the place. He had it, Cynthia did a good job of getting a lot of the searchers to sign it, and then when she took it to Fenbury, he was there. She got other searchers to sign it, and then she just kind of gave it to him, and I don't know what she said, but it was the equivalent of have fun or go to town, and he did. So he made doodles on several pages in that book, including X's, and actually he put an X on the page where the New Mexico map is, because that's where I always sign that's where I put my signature whenever somebody asks me, and he put an X on that page as well, right over New Mexico.
Craig Carter says, Cynthia just released a major blog article about page 99 with all of the info.
Oh, okay, well, good.
Oh, cool.
So,
Well, I was going to say a couple things.
Go ahead.
I
K-Pro said
do
it
remember Fenn saying that that's an important chapter, my War for Me.
Yeah.
But I didn't know if he meant it's important in the memoir because it's a life and death situation.
Yeah.
Or if it's important for the treasure hunt.
Yeah.
But with guys going over there and hunting down pieces of his airplane, and I do have an overarching theory that maybe the treasure zone is reflective of the waterfall and the place that he got shot down.
It could very well be, because he does mention, he mentions as a matter of fact, in that chapter, he refers to spring-fed waters. He uses the plural waters. But we actually analyzed this last segment last night in our member vault, and I'm going to share with you the conclusion that I came to on behalf of our members. And so bear with me. So we look at the way the book has been divided through My War for Me. And you look at all the chapters that preceded My War for Me get him to the age of 20. Right? So there is pretty much more than half his life than My War for Me. Then when you look at My War for Me, and we did this and when we first looked at it, we realized that My War for Me, which takes up 40 pages of the book, he spent a number of pages equal, just a little bit more than what he had spent already. So the first part of the book, everything that precedes My War for Me, deals with the first 20 years of his life. Then you can divide My War for Me into 7 subchapters. It's very distinct. Each subchapter, you can tell where it begins and where it ends. Here's something that I find really interesting. One of those subchapters, about 4 or 5 pages, covers the next 19 years of his life.
Really?
Yeah. The first subchapter covers the period from the time he started in the Air Force to the time when he was about to leave Vietnam. So the first part of the book is the first 20 years of his life. That 4 or 5 pages covers the next 19 years of his life. And then the other 6 subchapters in My War for Me cover that last year. And actually, it covers the last month, because he talks about the crashes, the tripping over the tombstones, the story of it holding his thumb over Philadelphia, et cetera, et cetera. So that the last segment of the last 6 of 7 subchapters in My War for Me, cover the last year he was in Vietnam and the memories associated with that. To me, that's an indication that year, not the entire My War for Me, but that year, I mean, again, 19 years of My War for Me talks about the 20 years from the time he was 20 to the time he was 39. And then he spends the rest of My War for Me talking about that single year. So it must have been one hell of an inflection point, in the sense that not only was it life-changing, but it was heart-changing and mind-changing and spirit-changing, and he came away from that year a completely different man. And then the next chapter
that may be the
next chapter is Blue Jeans and Hush Puppies. the normal life,
So
the
start of
normalization.
the start of the second
Exactly.
Omega.
Yeah.
You know, because I always thought maybe he was living. You know, the two Omegas were two deaths of
Right.
the same man or something.
Something died.
vague like
Something
that.
died at the age of 40. Something in him died and was reborn at the age of 40. And if you look at the if you look at it in the context of the hero's journey, his hero's journey ended upon his return home, and the gift that he brought, because you bring a boon. The hero always brings back some lessons learned, and he brings back a prize. And the prize was the recognition of how much he needed to do for his family, things like opening doors and making sure they were happy and being there when they expected to be there. That was his boon, a completely different perspective on the relationship and his responsibilities to his family. And the desire to do something that lasted longer than just his life. That's the treasure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, switching gears a little bit.
Go ahead.
I did hammer down into the plane, the notes he took right after he was hanging 18 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
And there's probably some airplane stuff in there that I don't know, but there is a reference to 200 feet. If you look at it closely, and you can see why that was a big light bulb for me. I was like, 200 feet, what is that? It's like, and it's just a description of how he came in and maybe unloaded his first round of ammunition on them. And then it's just 200 feet. And then something else, altitude, and he goes on. But I would like to figure out what that 200 feet means, if nothing at all.
Well, I think a lot of people, would, and because it's one of those numbers that people are constantly identifying as the common set of numbers. That he puts in 1,000. We see a lot of 1,000. We see a lot of 200. We see a lot of 50. So they are pretty consistently mentioned in the book.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just noticed last night as I was reading that chapter how many times he says 1,000 or 1,000 foot in that. Yeah. So I just think it may be nothing at all, but it was just jumping out at me like he says to do.
Right.
But other than that, I've just got nothing. I have so many different workable theories now, and I haven't had the breakthrough that I often talk about. To make me go boots on the ground. I'm probably at least April, May timeframe to do something. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah.
And,
if I can offer anything,
got to fit together.
If I can offer anything in the way of condolences, neither is anyone else. So.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
Yeah,
I mean, I went to bed last night because I thought the Viet Cong, the term Charlie, I was like, oh my God, that's Charlie Brown. and I was like, I need to go to bed.
Yeah, time to go to bed.
I'm imagining things.
Yeah, you can imagine like a VC running towards Toby, holding a football, and then he takes the football away from him. The VC falls on his butt.
I know. I got Snoopy. I'm looking up Woodstock River in Montana. I mean, what is wrong with me?
Yeah.
I'm still enthralled by it, and I've been watching K-Pro's videos of the interviews with him.
The clips. Yeah.
Yeah, and trying to stay up with everything because it's informative, very, very informative.
I'll tell you what, as much as I admire K-Pro and Mike and Cynthia for having done the work that they did getting those interviews, I have recently, and I hope this doesn't hurt their feelings, I have recently come to the opinion that you have to ignore almost everything he says in those interviews. That's my opinion, and I'm sure people don't. But he's gotten so protective and so defensive that he just seems to be making up stuff. We had a conversation about this in our member vault. Is Forrest Fenn lying? And the answer is he's mischievous enough to tell white lies. He's misleading. And that's his job, right?
Yeah.
That's part of protecting the poem. Part of protecting all of this is is to be misleading and to provide alternatives to you. So when the more smoke he throws out there, the more he has us running around. Well, it's titled to the gold, I said, or I don't know. Well, maybe I know how when it's been found, but I can't share that with you. Boom, smoke bomb goes off, right? So the clarity that he had in the early years has been changed into tossing phosphor smoke bombs out at you.
Well, hopefully the pendulum will swing the other way a little, and he will, share some great things like he's been promising. But also, I do remember you saying that about the scrapbooks as well. You were pretty outspoken that you weren't putting stock in scrapbooks.
That's correct. And, I read them in order to see if they give me insight into his behaviors and personality, but I do not read them to look for clues or hints. No.
Oh yeah, talk about a big giant set of rabbit holes.
Yeah.
That's another,
Well, I think that's where people get the impression that every time he writes one of those scrapbooks, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I've never felt that way. I'm not that narcissistic, but I do feel like, there's something he's trying to say.
Right.
But and even as we're talking right now, I feel like I still haven't done enough of the original work on warm water salts, and so I got nothing.
I think what I've been doing since I stepped back from actually going out and searching, I've spent most of my time reviewing the videos. I've watched Moby Dickens so many times I lost count. And other videos, especially the Lorene Mills videos that were done early on, because I think that's where he's most like himself. And I'm just looking for those areas that, that's the other, Zozo Rocks. I remembered the other point that I made in Driving for Toby. I said that Fenn wrote the poem for one person. He wrote the poem for Forrest Fenn. So until you become Fenn, then we're just not going to make be the Fenn. We're just not going to make any headway. That was the second point that I had made as a result of my analysis and conclusions of those two videos. So you got to be Fenn to figure that poem out.
I've watched those too. I think that's a good idea.
All right, Michael, I've got somebody calling in, want to come in, so thank you for calling in this evening. I'm going to call you right back because I saw that you tried to call. Michael, thank you for your thoughts, and I love that you share your ideas.
All right.
Talk to you later. Bye-bye. Let me call Will real quick because he's been trying to get in. So, Will, I'm calling you. Let me make sure.
A brother from another mother.
Hey, my brother from another mother. What are you up to?
What you doing? Happy birthday to you. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. That's very thoughtful of you.
And the princess, your attaché, your sidekick.
You know what, Will? I have to tell you that I have not heard the word attaché used in that way since I lived in Washington, because there was a point in time where men who had been married but then been divorced and they were now dating somebody else, they referred to them as their attaché. I haven't heard that phrase used in a really long time. So thank you for that pleasant memory, because I had a bunch of attachés back then.
They have an attaché that's trying to call in on the Charlie Brown syndrome right now when you want to meet to play a game.
Yeah.
The game I played, Shelley. What game is that, Shelley?
Twister?
No, it's not a board game.
Oh, football?
It's not a sport as an activity that concerns a ball.
It's not a board game, and it's not a ball-based sport.
Go listen. Don't tell them. Listen to your
20 questions?
It's poker.
It's what?
Oh, poker.
Hey, will we see you? Are you going to be at the World Series of Fenn?
Send me a ticket. Call you back from the north to the south to the east and to the west.
You behave, my brother. Talk to you later. Send me a ticket. That's a pretty good answer, when you think about it. So we got another
ticket
voicemail.
To what?
Okay,
you
that's
got a
that's,
ticket to
So he left
Colorado
his-
and Sarah are both here.
There, one's in Facebook and
If
one's in the
something died
YouTube.
when Forrest was 40, do you think it holds more credence than the basis of where and how he hid the chest would be related to the latter part of his life?
Yes, because I think at age 40, and we've had this discussion again. I hate to keep saying this in the member vault, because there are members in our vault who believe that what's in the poem is directly related to that period of time in his youth when he spent time in Yellowstone. And I believe after our analysis, and we went through this entire. Let me take this call. Hey, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name and where are you calling from and what's your question on the search? And if you could, turn the audio on your computer off so we don't get feedback.
I just did. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Joe from Waco.
Joe from where?
Waco.
Hey, Waco.
Waco, Texas.
Why do I know Waco? Waco is near. Oh, it's near Fort Hood, right? You're near Killeen. Waco is close to Killeen, right?
That's correct, Toby. We had that conversation last time.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm 70. I have an excuse. 71.
That's
okay,
not
I don't
an
remember.
excuse.
All right. So go ahead.
It's all right.
Go ahead.
Well, I want to say hello to Shelley. Hello to you. Happy
Hello.
birthday.
Thank you.
And I want to go over a couple of things. So a couple questions I have. So question number one, how many times have you actually gone boots on the ground collectively together and separately?
So I've been out a total of 34 times in all 4 treasure states and Yellowstone. Shelley has been with me on 12 of those recons.
24. Okay.
No, 34. 34.
34. Okay.
And she's been with me on 12.
On 12. Okay. I'm just bear with me. I have a point that I'm getting to.
Okay, that's all right.
So question number 2, how many pictures of the locations that you've been at, and how many actual locations have you sent to Forrest Fenn, either to ask him, hey, does this look familiar? Am I going in the right direction? I mean, do you have a ballpark number of how many times you've emailed him and told him where you were, where you went? And how many pictures you might have sent them?
So I've probably documented thousands of pictures because I'm an avid photographer, and I believe it's part of the intelligence collection process. Photographs.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I'm going to ask Mike to help me develop an application that does that. The guy that sent us the Fenn application. I have never sent anything to Forrest Fenn regarding my efforts.
But it's all out in public.
Right.
So.
I mean, if he wanted to, he could see any one of our videos or our live streams, and he would see some of that material. But we've never.
Hi, honey.
We used to give. Hi, Kev. Kevin's killing me on the Fitbit work week challenge, man.
Well, he actually goes to work.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, good point. Joe, I have never sent Fenn anything. Period.
Okay, so no pictures of your solves or anything like that?
Nothing.
No.
Okay.
I don't think he would know. If he watches our shows, he would know that our most recent effort was in the Rio de los Pinos. But other than that, I don't.
As everybody does.
I've never done any of that. Where were you going with this?
Okay, so I mean, it's really silly. I mean, it's really, really silly. But I was just thinking because I just watched the a certain interview, and the 200 feet. I know exactly where they were because they sent me a picture.
Yeah.
So basically, I was just thinking to myself, well, whoever has sent him a picture, they can basically narrow down where they've been, where they've gone to search pictures they sent them, and they can just go buy a rangefinder, go to that spot where the picture was taken, and mark down 200 feet, and then do a radius.
Yeah.
It just sounded. I don't know. It was just something silly I was thinking about. I don't know.
No, I mean, that's a rational thought. And we actually, way back when, did a video with that same kind of conclusion. Like, why hasn't the person who Fenn told that they were within 200 feet gone back, And I think, so first of all, it couldn't have been anything that we've done because that comment was made before, he was making that comment before I got into the search in 2013. Because I've been asked, are you, could it be that you were the 200-foot searcher? And I know for sure I'm not, number one, because he made that comment before I got into the search. And number two, I don't send him anything. I've never sent him one email regarding my efforts of the search. I figured if it was that important to him, he could watch the YouTube videos where we release everything. And I don't think he does that either. And I don't mean to say that because I believe he does. I don't think he does. I think he's got better things to do than watch my live streams. The other thing was somewhere in my mind, and I don't have a citation for this. I just remember someone saying that someone asked him that same kind of question, like if they were within 200 feet, why didn't they go back? And this is just a memory. I have I don't have any evidence that Forrest ever said this, and I'd like to track it down. But I think the response was, well, that was their one and only search, and then they never went again. And that was the logic of why the person has never gone back. Now, that is not only my opinion, that is class 6F intelligence. Because for all intents and purposes, I could be making that up. But you have to wonder.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
You have to wonder.
I don't think Forrest Fenn actually, confirmed that anybody has been any one person or told that one certain person, oh, you're 200 feet away. I know exactly where you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Am I wrong?
I think there is a point at which someone asked him, did you tell them that? And he said no. And you've got to realize that he puts the treasure in jeopardy. His job is to defend it, right? So if he were to say to that person, oh, you really need to go back, you were within 200 feet of the treasure, Forrest Fenn is not going to do that. He's just not going to do that. So that person is either still alive today, having gone off to other searches, or not searching today, having gone on one search, and they were the ones that were within 200 feet.
Gotcha.
Okay. And what's even more interesting and frustrating about the other comments was that he said people have been within 500 feet. The implication of that is there have been people who are not searchers. That's the distinction. Within 500 feet, not knowing that they were passing, not even know they were going by the location of a treasure hunt.
That could be anybody. Okay. So, but at least we know 200 feet on purpose. Somebody was out there searching, sent him an email or photo or both, and they were 200 feet away, but they just don't know it. Okay. I want to agree with you. Changing the subject a little bit about
go ahead.
The last line in the poem, or give you treasure to the gold. I agree with you 100%. Those people that say that it's just the gold, they're idiots. I mean, they need to go home and do something else. I mean, he has said in multiple interviews that the whole chest is yours. I mean, take it. It's yours.
Yeah.
You found it. You take it. I don't want to get into what you do afterwards, or I'll just follow your advice. I'll keep my mouth shut. So that was I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah. No,
and I watch your videos, and there's so many. I mean, there's hundreds of videos out there. But I have I have a couple more questions. Hebgen Lake.
Yeah.
I might sound stupid for asking this, but have you searched Hebgen Lake?
No.
And what?
No, we haven't.
What specific areas in Hebgen? Oh, you haven't?
No, I haven't. I had a theory last year based on some intelligence that I discovered in West Yellowstone. I had a theory that there might be a possibility between West Yellowstone and Hebgen Lake on the Madison. But then in midsummer, Forrest, in the article entitled Fool's Gold, Forrest sent a journalist to the exact location that I was considering. And it had to do with something about where he kissed Peggy for the first time, or he asked her to marry him, whatever it was. But he sent that journalist into the area that I was planning to search, so I eliminated it as a search area.
Okay, so that brings up another question. If he sent the journalist over there, and this is just on the spot, this is me thinking right now.
Yeah.
If he sent the journalist there, what if it's 200 feet away from the area? You know, I mean, I'm just kind of, I don't know.
So the times that I've seen or heard Fenn send a journalist to some location, he did it for the purpose of distracting that journalist. So, for example, the guy that wrote the article in, was it Wired magazine? The last thing Fenn said to him was, have you ever taken a look at that webcam right near that focuses on Old Faithful? And apparently the following day, the guy made reservations to go up to Yellowstone the following summer. And as a matter of fact, hung out at that northern Fennbury that Cynthia put together. That's how seriously he took Fenn when Fenn just made the joke. So, and I've heard him say that to other people. He said it to us, remember? We were visiting one time when we were leaving, and the last thing he said to me was, hey, have you ever taken a look at the webcam that overlooks Old Faithful? And I drove back from Santa Fe all the way to Albuquerque telling Shelley he just gave us a clue. Well, of course he didn't. He wouldn't do that. He's just distracting you with shit. Sorry, Sassy.
That makes sense.
So,
one last question.
You got one last question because you're 10 minutes. We're way over our 10 minutes. So one last question.
I'm so sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize.
What do you make of him saying, making the comment, when you rent the place or you rent something, does that give you ownership? So basically, like, if you rent the hotel, can you use the barbecue pit? Does that make it yours for your stay there? Is that making sense?
Yeah, I know what you're asking. Do you know what a flashbang is?
A flashbang?
Flashbang.
The military flashbang?
That's right, a flashbang. The military and special operations SWAT teams use them. If they're about to force an entry, they throw in a flashbang. It makes a big flash and it makes a big bang, but it doesn't send out shrapnel. And it distracts everybody in the room. It actually hurts your ears and blinds you for just a second, knocks you down because your body's reaction is you've just had a hand grenade thrown at you and you're looking for blood. It doesn't do anything. That's what that was. That was a Fenn flashbang.
Gotcha. Okay. All right.
So every time you hear him say anything recently, just expect, he just tossed out a flashbang.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for answering the questions, and have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you. Thanks for calling in. We really appreciate it when you do.
Bye, folks.
Bye now.
Bye.
Okay, I got to turn el teléfono off here because we got to close up, huh?
CC. We got a ching while you were on the phone.
Yeah.
Let's see. William said on Mysterious Writings, Forrest said the title to the gold and the treasure chest are the same.
Yeah, I don't see how anybody would expect that Forrest Fenn would give you title to gold, and the expectation is that you can't take any of the cool stuff. People
pull apart that poem and then they just say, "Oh, it means something different."
Yeah.
Everything in there.
And worse, whenever somebody interprets it that way, it's always worse for you. The interpretations are always, well, he rented a cabin and he put it in the backyard. If you believe that, stop looking for the treasure. That's all I got to say for you. Hey, I'm going to play, if you want to have more conversations with Toby and you'd like to have it, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, where is that? What's it called? I forgot what it's called.
Talk to Toby.
In order to start this search, you have to do the fundamentals. If you have an objective that is finding a treasure, you have a series of milestones that you need to meet in order to find that treasure. Because if you don't have a precise point from which to start, you will never find the treasure that was hidden. Call and talk to me about your theory of finding this treasure. This is Toby Younis. What's your name? what's your question? Wait. Hold on. So we just did begin at where warm water's all, but how does that tell you where the treasure is? I don't mean to kill your idea. I'm just saying logically. Say, how does that get you closer to the treasure? I'm not going to have this conversation with anyone else. I've done it exclusively for us. And if you want to discuss it further in one of our sessions, I'd be happy to do that. So if you'd like your own personal session, as we shrinks like to call it, your own Freudian session with Toby to discuss the choice, there's a link down below on Calendly. You can schedule it, and we'll talk for an hour about all this stuff if you want. So. Or you can just wait till we make a phone call and get 10 minutes worth of time so we can talk about the stuff that you're thinking about. So I think I'm going to start using flashbang every time he says something that's meant as a distraction, and we get up and we wander around and we go like, oh, he just gave us something. No, he just gave us a flashbang, and a flashbang is not a good thing. You need to make a flashbang video, a short. So when we get it, we'll just play the flashbang video.
Gotcha.
So
as soon as you put the "you just won a prize" on the Sand Channel, I will take care of that.
I made it. I noted in my calendar for this weekend. I'm doing it this weekend. Done. So if you want to have more fun, join us on Friday night at 7 p.m. on a Gypsy. Oh, I guess I could start the.
More fun. How can you have more fun than this?
Hit it. Magical Sand Transfers.
Thank you for being here tonight, for all your chitter-chatter in the chat room, and all your calls and texts and emails.
How would your Aunt Kay say that? Say that.
You know, we like it when you're here. Y'all come back now. Yeah, and, I am the Magical Treasure Princess and the life coach to the rich and famous, Shelley Carney, here with A Gypsy's Kiss.
And I'm the opinionated Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. If you want to have some more fun, join us on Friday night at 7 p.m. You can also go to the World Sand Project at 3 p.m., the softer side at 4 p.m., and then come and join us on A Gypsy's Kiss at 7 p.m. on Friday. And we think we're going to do another Church of the Search 7 p.m. on Saturday without all the bells and whistles, just me, and the bells and whistles are going to be
at home
taking her beauty sleep. So.
At home with honey.
Hey, at home with honey.
Yeah.
And Sarah and Brad in the Facebook room, thanks for joining us tonight. We love your commentary, and thank you for your text messages. Again, we look forward to seeing you guys on Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed the night as much as we did, and we'll see you again soon.